Now, Gasly, what can I give you? I think cornering we should bring up to 90. Get him a little faster, you know? Got one development point. That is in smoothness, as we always do. We want to try and get at least 60 smoothness. Gearbox in poor condition. I'm going to let him drive on that gearbox during practice, and then we're going to change it. Oh, we got regulation changes. Financial regulation changing on cost cap for the 2024 season. Oh, we're going to drop the cost cap? Ooh. I mean, I don't even use all of the 141 mil. So I guess I could vote for this. Yeah, I think so. We're going to make things complicated for Red Bull. Chassis manufacturing complete. Good. And we're in for the Monza Grand Prix already. Interesting. Let us fill everything in here. Okay, we're good. And let's go to race weekend. Straight into it, to the Monza Grand Prix. Friday is heavy rain. There's light rain on Sunday. There might be a rain stint involved here. Thank you very much. I will take that. All right. Ooh, bad confidence. Okay, we need to change things for you, mate. Let's give him a completely new setup. Let's see. 49%, a lot better than Gasly, though. So let's drop that a bit. Okay.
Do you need any help?
Confidence is still bad. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch.
Balance is a bit messy.
Okay, 45. He wants like the bare minimum on the wings, huh? Oh. Ah, that's fine. That's fine if he locked up and didn't crash. Yep. Maybe some underbody damage. Let's see. There may be some underbody damage. I don't think so. Yeah, no damage. We're okay. What have you got? 80% is actually a lot better than I expected. Traction's optimal, so that's good. That's it for qualifying, or FP1. Gasly with the fastest lap. Piastri with P4. Leclerc on a penalty here. Maybe an engine penalty for a new engine. Oh, rain's starting. Interesting. Okay, we got some rain stints coming. It's currently... Okay, it's 1 millimeter now. Call car in. Let's make some minor changes to the cars. I guess. We'll see. We'll put on the inters as well. Okay. Straights are bad. Yeah. Gasly needs... Good? Are you kidding me? Okay, we're just gonna run inters and see what he gives us. Let's take a look. 75%, not bad. Good. Great. Okay, come on.
How does it feel?
Good. Okay. We need to get up into great and then optimal, please. 78%. So optimal on the traction, good on the straights, great on the oversteer. Okay, great, which is an improvement. Great improvement on Gasly's car. 86. Okay.
Okay, copy.
Braking stability is on optimal. Let's take a look. P1 and P5. Not bad, but not good either. I mean, it's all about the car setup, really. Alright, please tell me Piastri can get us a good setup.
Let's have a look.
Gasly spawn.
It's Pierre Gasly.
Whatever. He spins all the time. Spinala. He came in already. What? He didn't give me all of... Oh, you gotta be kidding me, man. Straights is optimal, meaning we don't need to touch any of the other stuff, I think. Okay. Oh, optimal. Let's go. Optimal. Optimal.
Okay, thank you.
Is that 100%? Ah, it's 97. Are you kidding me? Okay. Rear wing and front wing is fine, I think. Because I'm not touching that straight. Let's bring this... Oh no, that's going to be too much, I think. A little shuffle, maybe? That, I think, should still be optimal, but bring oversteer into maybe optimal. It only gives me 4 out of 5. That's fine. We'll deal with it. Gasly and P1, Piastri P7. Not big deal. We don't know the set of confidence just yet, and we're entering qualify... Oh. Grip penalty +3. Oh, because he crashed out last time out. Of course. Oh no. Screw it. We're returning the car back to 97. Because that's the optimal we've got, right? That's the best we got. We are gonna keep it on the optimum setup. 86. Not quite sure. We haven't tested this yet. So let's send him out. See how this car works. Piastri on a good lap. Gasly goes 121.9. Piastri's behind by about 3/10. Okay. The impediment is quite insane. It slows us down by a lot. Oh, car crash. Car crash. A crash involving multiple cars here.
Who's that just
Let's see.
We can take a look
This
now.
might be
Now here we
curtain.
see
Oh,
Max Verstappen.
I see no car. Oh, there we go. Did Max Verstappen? Oh, the Williams had a
There's the
dangerous
hit,
re-entry
and
there.
It's crystal clear who was in the wrong there.
Oh, that ruined a lot of people's times. That was lucky for us. Being through is all that matters. P10, P14 by the end of that. Ocon, Albon, Latifi, Stroll, Schumacher out. Alright, we are looking good. 97 confidence, 96. We're going to use the old softs for our first laps here, banker laps, and then we're going to put on the fresh softs. That's going to slow us down immensely. Alright, Gasly's coming around Parabolica. How bad is his powertrain, by the way? 21 and 44. Okay, we need double switches here for Gasly. Piastri on a much faster lap by 2/10 or so. Good. Okay, Piastri's on a much faster lap. 121.6 and a 121.8 or 9 for Gasly. Parabolica now. Ignore and ignore, I think. Piastri's also going to say he's out of fuel. Yep, ignore. Gasly, what have you got? Can you get out? Oh, he can't. Oh, he cannot. Piastri's P6 though. Gasly is out. Wow. I think his engine's worn out too much. Time to give him maybe a penalty here. I don't know. Let's see. Q2 out in P14. Oscar Piastri P6. Joe, Gasly, Vettel, Magnussen, and Alonso are out. Okay. Well, we do need to take grip penalties because that engine is not looking good for Gasly. Around Parabolica. And let's see what he gets. Boom. P1 with a 121.5. That's a lot faster than his previous lap. Piastri has a yellow sector 2, which is not a good sign. Ignore. Let's see. Piastri crosses the line. Did he improve? 121.45. I don't think he improved by a lot. Yeah, he did improve, but not by too much. P6 right now. I think that's going to be it. And he's going to have a penalty down to P9 for the start of the race. It's getting there. But Piastri's down in P6. Leclerc has penalties as well. But yeah, it's not looking great for us today. P9 starting position and Gasly down in P14, I think. But let's see. Rain is expected today, so let's see if there's a wet stint.
It's time for the final touches here on the grid ahead of today's race.
Alpine demonstrated a lot of grit during qualifying here and will be hoping that the hard work pays off when it comes to the race. We saw a reasonable push from Mercedes in qualifying, and they'll have plenty of opportunities here to achieve a great result. And the sun is shining bright here today. This is perfect weather for teams and drivers alike to show us what they're capable of.
Well, this is going to be one thrilling Italian Grand Prix, and we're nearly ready to kick things off.
Welcome guys to a voiceover, mainly because yeah, the audio cut out at this point. So hey, it's post-edit Suh here with a voiceover for today's race. So Monza classic circuit, but there is rain, of course, as we saw in the early stages before heading into this weekend. So we need an interstint somewhere in between. So we're hoping to fit that in somehow. And I think the most optimal way of doing this would be to put a medium on, go on to the inters, and then put the softs on. Now, I did kind of mess around with the concept of putting softs on, but we'll see in a moment how that plays out. We are actually also going to send Pierre Gasly to the back of the grid with an engine penalty. We're going to get all brand new engine components for him so that we can see out the rest of the season, which is about 6 races left. We got the Asias coming up, which will be streaming today, an hour after this video goes up. So make sure you stick around the YouTube channel and get notified when I go live. So I would greatly appreciate your support live on stream. I do apologize about the audio. It was just weird. It just cut off after going a little glitchy, as you guys saw just like a couple minutes ago. But yeah, so I'll try to fix that. Right now, the fact that I'm able to record shows that it's a good sign that the microphones are still working. So medium to inters to softs. That's the way we go for the Italian Grand Prix today. Adding a little bit of fuel so that we don't run out on circuit. So let's see. This is gonna be a big race for us. Last to first challenge coming up. We'll see.
It's sunny and bright as the drivers line up on the grid. Looking at the Alpine for a moment. They might not be in the top 3 spots, but things could change fast once the race gets underway. And here's the second Alpine. Slower than most yesterday, so today they'll be starting from the bottom half of the grid. And we're just moments away now.
And it's time to get this race underway. Green flags waved by the marshal there. 5 red lights illuminating the circuit, and it's lights out, and away we go. So, last place for Gasly gets relegated to the back with a whole new, or 2 new engine components. One of them being unused, so we couldn't really pay for another engine component. So we'll stick that on. It's 100% unworn tire, or unworn engine, and we get held up at the first variante, prima variante. And not sure what happened there. Bunch of cars just stopped ahead of us, and we got held up. So there's a bit of a gap forming now between Perez and Hamilton. So yeah, that seems like there's already a grouping forming from the leaders and then the rest of the grid. But as you guys just saw, a lot of soft runners, some mediums, so it's really up in the air right now. Driver locks up in sector 2. Thankfully, it is none of our drivers, which of course, if you guys know me, I'm really on edge about our drivers locking up or spinning. It's in fact Schumacher. Schumacher locks up going into the seconda variante. So the second variant, second chicane, so to say, and yeah, unlucky for him. The Williams gets relegated to the back, so it's an easy position gain for Gasly. We'll see how well he does in pushing his car up the grid here. So Piastri up in P8, doing all right. I don't want to use up too much tires because I realized from a couple streams ago that tire life matters immensely. So I was thinking like 30% is the nice threshold to reach and then we can pit, but actually if you reach down into the 50s or maybe even 60s, the tires are already starting to go, so we are already slower despite putting the car on rapid pace and high fuel usage. So trying to balance it so that we reach about 50 or 60, or rather like 50-40%, somewhere in that range by the end of our stint. So yeah, giving 10% more gives us more pace throughout the whole race. So that's why I usually like to push in the first 2 laps and then drop the tire usage down to save those tires for the final pitting moments. However, for today, Gasly, I decided to keep him pushing because he was in the back of the grid. There was nothing to lose with him, so I wanted to push as hard as we can until the rain comes, which is the intermediate stint, of course. And I know from our experience in F1 Manager that teams will shuffle and teams will struggle with switching tires to the inters. So hopefully we have the advantage there. Piastri up to P7 as he fights Russell in the Mercedes, and he's able to make the move stick. But there's also Ricciardo just up ahead that he is battling with now as he goes into Ascari. And what a move around the outside and then takes the inside line to gain that position from Ricciardo. Up to P6 for Piastri, which is a great sight to see. Dropping the ERS now so that we save it for later on in the race. Gasly also making way up the grid here. Latifi, Ocon and Stroll taken so far, and it's only lap 2, almost 3. It's coming around the Parabolica right now, and yeah, oh god, yeah, completely forgot about this. Piastri spins after being up in P6. What is that guy doing? He's starting to tick me off. Really starting to tick me off. Spinning a lot, crashing a lot, locking up a lot. Really, I thought he was a great prospect. You know, I was hoping a lot to get a lot out of him, but it just seems like Piastri is not doing much good for us as a team. So he gets relegated to the back end of the grid, and then Gasly who's been going relatively stably up the order here. He's been driving well, you know, keeping high pace on those mediums, and is getting positions, climbing the table here, which I am finding surprising. Team's rejoicing as well, as you just saw there. And yeah, up to P13 right now, and then Piastri locks up again into the Prima Variante. What's this guy doing? I'm worried there's underfloor damage on that car, but after checking, there was no problem with the car. But yeah, why is he locking up? Why is he spinning a lot? I just don't know. And he is starting to get relegated on my list of drivers here. Will we see a switch? I don't know. But he is starting to, you know, burn the bridges with my faith in him. So we'll see. Come join the live stream and you'll find out what happens. Gasly overtakes Magnussen, going up into the points now, which is quite a valiant effort from him. Starting back of the grid, of course, P20 to P10 right now on this dry stint. And I think it was a good idea to go on the medium despite thinking about these softs, because he's finding some real pace now. Getting past Alonso here as well. 65% tire life left, which is of course a great position to be in as we near our pit window. But Alonso gets us back, and it's going to be a back and forth for the rest of this lap here. He regains the position as he goes through the Seconda Variante. So yeah, we'll wait. We'll wait until the start-finish straight to get that DRS, to get that slipstream effect to some degree, and then pull ahead of Alonso. And what do you know? Magnussen followed us straight through to get that position from Alonso as well. So Alonso loses 2 positions there. And the fight will be between the Haas and the AlphaTauri. So that gives us some breathing room to run away. And then we get word from GP about potential rain. So let's see here. We got to time this to perfection here. Got to wait until the track turns damp or the rain starts to sprinkle the track with a little bit of water. But right now it doesn't seem like it's too serious of an issue. Yellow flags in Sector 1, and this will be crucial for the rest of the race because, as you guys can tell from the title, something funny happens here, and it's been since lap 23 that happens. Anyway, right now we have to focus on Gasly, who's up in P5, which is a valiant effort. A lot of positions gained so far. So it is now time for the inters because the track is damp. Rain has started to fall, and there is a layer of water that's causing some slippery conditions out there. And I decided to put a double stack strategy on for our pit crew. There's a large enough gap between Piastri and Gasly that Gasly can get serviced quickly, and then Piastri will come in time for a fresh service, so to say. So Gasly in, a bunch of cars in, Verstappen, Sainz, and Ricciardo also in for inters. Come on. Nice, 2.47. It's a very solid time from our pit crew. Did well to service us quickly. And Piastri still hasn't entered the pit lane. He's just about to enter the pit lane as Gasly exits. So this was perfect timing for the double stop. Gasly releases around P8, so that is fantastic news. Plus, we got a bunch of other dry tire runners ahead. Piastri gets a 2.37 stop, which is even faster and even better. So Piastri did get some benefit. He spun twice so far, and the pit crew just saved his bacon today with that quick stop. Up into P16 now, P17 as Vettel goes past, but he should get past Vettel with relative ease. But bad news here. Bad news here. Gasly gets held up by Ocon and Ricciardo. Ocon still on the softs and skidding around on track, and he is holding everyone back. We need to get past this guy to push on Leclerc and the others. Like, Leclerc is still on the mediums. He is struggling to get his car into the pits right now. Loss of grip, and we need the clear track. We need to get past this guy, but Gasly just sits behind him. I'm telling him to go. I'm telling him to push with fuel. And yet he is stuck behind Ocon. Go around this guy, man. Go around him. What is he doing? Around the left before hitting Ascari. Even past Ascari maybe. Get past him. And he's wasting his ERS here without making a move. I tell him to overtake. Use overtake. Push. But just stuck behind Ocon, who's on soft tires and is just skidding along. Not finding real pace on this wet circuit, and Leclerc's in the pits now, getting his intermediate tires on. And if it wasn't for Ocon, I'm sure we could have gotten Leclerc here, but it's gonna be tight. It's gonna be tight. Ocon's in for his inters, and Gasly is now free to run as fast as possible, but Leclerc's already out. Leclerc is already out of the pits into the Prima Variante before Gasly even gets to the pit lane exit, so unlucky. And there is Stroll, the guy who spun earlier in lap 23 and is still stuck in the Prima Variante, just sitting there, not moving at all. I don't know what's going on with Stroll there, but he just decided to sit out the race. He just wants to chill. He just says, screw it, I'm just gonna relax here. And then, yeah, it was all about racing now, managing the tires, trying to stay ahead of everyone else, and up to lap 43 now we got about 10 laps left, and track's drying up now. What we've done is stayed relatively stable on the inters, and now it is time for the sauce. Because the track has dried up, it's reaching about 1 millimeter of rain on track, and that usually means it's damp. But once you hit below 1 millimeter, that's when softs can go on and you can blitz through the field. So that's what we're doing today. Again, double stop now. Gasly ahead in P4. I wanted to get the undercut on everyone so that we can get the best possible pace out of the car and push on Leclerc and Sainz and Verstappen up ahead, because that's going to be big points if we get onto the podium today, and that's my aim, to give Gasly another podium today. So let's see, we get serviced 2.46. Solid work from the team to get him out in time to be somewhere around P6, I believe, because Magnussen's still stuck. Never mind, Magnussen's going to get past, so will Alonso, I think. So Gasly already has the advantage by being on the soft, and Alpine is the team that pulls the trigger early. We're one of the first teams to be in, and we service both cars, meaning that both cars are on dry tires, while a bunch of them are still on the wets. For example, Bottas and Ocon also pitting, both Alfa Romeos. Double stacking at the team as well. Norris first to be serviced among the McLaren drivers. So yeah, not that many cars opting to go onto the softs, and yeah, that gives us a massive advantage as everyone starts pitting, and Gasly's back up to P4, Piastri up to P9, and then eventually up to P8 with the stronger tire on. He got those tires ready to go by the time everyone was pitting, so he's been flying through the track, flying past drivers, and as you can see, we finally got Leclerc with that pit stop, and we have a solid lead ahead of Leclerc going into the final lap, as Gasly is 15 seconds behind Sainz, so not much we can do about that, but the final step of the podium seems to be ours. We just need to bring it home. Stroll is just causing problems for everyone on track here, stuck in the Prima Variante, but yeah, overall I gotta say, strong strategy work from us. Great call from myself to double stack and also to call in early pit stops to get the undercut with the stronger tires for both the wet stint and then the dry stint at the end. So yeah, I think that helped Gasly get a P3 finish from P20. Beautiful work from him, and yeah, no spins from Gasly either. He kept going the best he can, kept the pace up, and we supported him the best we could with the pit strategy. Coming around Parabolica, scores a P3 finish. Let's go. Another solid bunch of points coming our way, which is going to be a strong addition in our fight against Mercedes. Piastri down in P7 with the fastest lap as well, and sadly cannot get Hamilton. It would have been nice to get Hamilton because we would be extending the gap or closing in on them a lot faster, but Piastri will settle for an additional lap, additional point, and some solid points in P7. So yeah, not bad at all. Not bad at all. Could have gone worse, could have gone better either way, but I think we got possibly the best out of the day. And as you can see, Stroll, what is he doing? What is he doing? I think it's a glitch, but it was hilarious just waiting on him to finish. Everyone crossed the checkered flag. He has a clear track now to pull out of that turn, because my first initial thought was that the cars were pretty much equally spaced, so as cars were going, he found no open space or like a gap to safely re-enter the track. But now that no one's on the track, he's still stuck in the Prima Variante. And this is fast forward here, just to see what's happening. And the Williams pit crew is still chilling there in the pit lane to service Stroll for inters. But the race is over, guys. Come on, let's go home. The podium celebration probably already finished, and everyone's gone home. And yeah, we just waited to see out the whole 2 hours, the 2-hour limit of the race weekend, to see if Stroll will eventually retire, and that was the case.
This was a simply stunning performance from the Alpine driver. A spot on the podium is exactly what the team deserved, and they got it. An Alpine's driver is surely going to be over the moon to be up there with the best in the world right now. A lovely occasion as we see all three drivers clearly relishing their moments on the podium. Great racing from Alpine here today. Some high quality work all round.
Yes, there's definitely cause for celebration here. This team can take anything that's thrown at them and come through even stronger.
And after this result, the team is fourth in the constructor standings.
Meet us next at the Marina Bay Circuit for a breathtaking race through the streets of Singapore.
And that was it. Wow. Yeah, we waited the full 2 hours because Stroll just wouldn't budge. So yeah, we just waited it out. Another splendid podium celebration for us, and a solid number of points. 15 points for Gasly and 7 points for Piastri as he gets fastest lap as well, which is a stunning effort from the team. Piastri really fast, but he just needs to figure out how to brake and how to not lock up his car. Stroll being the only one not to finish today. So yeah, we've earned some big points here today. We are closing in on Perez with Gasly, so maybe we can get into the fight for P3 even, because Carlos Sainz and Perez, the gap there is not much. It's actually 18 points, which is quite easy to fill. So hopefully we can catch up to this sponge before the end of the season, really pushing up on them. Piastri gains another couple points, so he jumps up to P9 ahead of Alonso, which is another good sight to see. Constructor standings wise, we are quite far away still, but it is a lot closer. 298 points to 226, which is not too much at all. 72 points in it. We could get a couple more good race wins in. Maybe a couple double podiums are on the horizon if we can plan it out well, so we can catch up to the Mercedes easily. Solid number of experience points, solid amount of money. That is it for today, guys. Sorry that it's a voiceover, but please do consider joining me for a live stream on the YouTube channel. I hope to see you there.